Okay, so day 4 of Week of Respect. I know that we've been talking a lot about the different ways that we can be respectful, the different places that we can be respectful, both in school and outside of school. And also talking about how respect can start with something really small and grow into something even bigger. If you remember back to our first day of respect, we read the book Be Kind, and they talked a lot in that book about how one small, tiny act of respect can grow into something bigger and bigger and bigger. And then yesterday, we read or 2 days ago, on Tuesday, we read our Even Superheroes Have Bad Days books and talked a little bit about resiliency. Do you remember that word from when Josh Dreen was here on Monday? And how to be resilient, how to keep going even when our days are hard or even when things aren't going our way, and how to still make those great choices, how to still be respectful and kind to others, even on the days when we just don't feel like being kind. And it happens. It happens to grown-ups too. But we still have to try our best, even if we're having a tough time. And so then, in our assembly, just to kind of wrap things up, in our assembly we did a meditation exercise to try and calm our minds, calm our bodies, and really focus on being kind to one another. So, all of that being said, one of the things that came to my mind this week as I was thinking about the week of respect and what I need to talk to you guys about is it's hard at times for us in elementary school to be respectful. Not because we don't want to be respectful, because I think a lot of you do. But I think sometimes we may not even realize that we're being disrespectful or we're being unkind to someone else. For example, very basic thing. 4th graders, bear with me. I know you're a few years away from when this used to happen, I hope. But in kindergarten, if someone doesn't want to play with someone else, for whatever reason, sometimes we hear them say to each other, I don't want to be your friend anymore. And it's what we call a knee-jerk reaction. And what we mean by that is it's just something that slips out. It's not something that we really mean. If we sat down and thought about it, we probably want to be that person's friend. But it's something that we just say in that moment, right? I think this has probably happened to a lot of us. Either we've said it or we've heard it, or maybe even both. Another thing, and this is such a silly thing, but another thing that I see happening at our school all the time is our teachers work on their bulletin boards and they work really hard. And then we see the hands go by as you're walking in the hallways. And sometimes those bulletin boards get ripped. Sometimes the border starts to come off of them. I know the ones that are by the buses and the walker lines and the areas where you line up at the beginning and the end of the day, those tend to get pretty beaten up, right? And I thought to myself, I wonder if our students even realize how much time and effort it takes to going and putting up a bulletin board like that. Well, the truth of the matter is maybe my 4th graders and 3rd graders, maybe you do. But for our younger students, a lot of the time you go home and then you come back to school the next day and that big bulletin board outside of your classroom looks totally different. And there's a different color and there's different pictures and there's different artwork. And we had no idea that it even happened. We had no idea that your teacher was doing it. And they do it on their own time normally. And they do it to make our school beautiful, which is such a kind and respectful thing to do. Oh, sorry. So what I did is I had to make a bulletin board this week, and I decided to do something a little different. So it took about 35 to 40 minutes. Teachers, I don't know. It might just be me. I might be really slow at putting up bulletin boards. I feel like some of you are super fast and better at it. But it took me about 35 to 40 minutes. Oh my goodness. And as I was putting up this bulletin board, I realized that I could film it and show our students what that looks like. And maybe, students, by seeing that, you'll be able to understand why we have that rule in place. Because sometimes it's helpful for us to know why a rule is there in order for us to then obey it, to listen to the rule. Okay, so enough of Mrs. Heffler talking. I'm going to show you this quick video. I shrunk down those 35, 40 minutes to under 2 minutes. So it's everything moving really fast. Take a look, try to get an understanding of how hard your teachers work to put up these bulletin boards. And then afterwards, we'll talk for a little bit more, and I have one other thing to show you today. Teachers, if you have to split up this video, I totally understand. So stay tuned right now. Watch this bulletin board one, and then we'll have something after that too. All right, guys, here we go. Oh, hey, you guys are back. Super fast video, right? So I hope it helped you to understand the amount of time and effort that goes into putting up these bulletin boards. It's a really simple thing, but being respectful of your teacher's space and property is a great way to show respect for your teacher themselves. So making sure that you go through the school and you're keeping your hands to yourself, and if it's something that's not yours, try your best to take care of it. Even if it's something like a bulletin board that's just up on the wall and we kind of take it for granted. Keeping our hands off of it or trying to preserve it or keep it safe really makes the person who put it up feel a lot better. Simple task, simple way to spread kindness, simple way to spread respect. So I did mention that there's another video I want to show you today. Teachers, if you need to pause or if you want to save this video for a later date, this half, perfect place to do that now. There will be another video tomorrow, but just in case you need some extra time to squeeze everything into your day, this is a good place to stop. Okay, but if you are staying on with us to watch this next video, fantastic. It is a Pixar short film, which are some of my favorite things to watch. They're so cute and sweet, and they also typically have a great message. This one is called Bounding, and it's all about this character who goes through a hard time. And it's hard to not feel empathetic for this main character. If you remember back to Monday's assembly, we had Josh Dreenan, and he talked a lot about rep and what it means to represent our school. And the key words from rep were resiliency, empathy, and potential, working to fulfill our potential. And this Pixar short film really touches on empathy because it's hard not to feel bad for this character when you see what he goes through. And resiliency, because even when he has something happen to him that really makes him struggle and makes him feel sad and makes him feel nervous and embarrassed, he's still resilient. And with the help of some other friends along the way, he's able to keep going and able to keep enjoying his life and able to keep celebrating what might make him a little different. So I hope you enjoy the video. It's not too long, just a couple of minutes. try and pay attention to those feelings that are going on inside, especially in the first few moments when you're watching this main character. So I hope that you all enjoy Bounding by Pixar.
Here's a story on how strange is life with its changes, and it happened not long ago. On a high mountain plain where the sagebrush arranges a playground south of the snow, lived a lamb with a coat of remarkable sheen. It would glint in the sunlight all sparkly and clean, such a source of great pride that it caused him to preen. And he'd break out in high step and dance. He would dance for his neighbors across the way. I must say that they found his dancing enhancing, for they'd also join in the play. Then one day, bounding up the slope came a great American jackalope. This sage of the sage, this rare hair of hope, caused to pause and check out the lamb. Hey kid, why the mope? Well, I used to be something all covered with fluff, and I'd dance in the sunlight and show off my stuff. Then they hauled me away in a manner quite rough and shared me and dumped me back here in the buff. And if that's not enough, now my friends all laugh at me, 'cause they think I look ridiculous, funny, and pink. Pink? Pink? Well, what's wrong with pink? Seems you got a pink kink in your think. Does it matter what color? Well, that gets nope. Be it pink, purple, or heliotrope. Now, sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. When you find that you're down, well, just look around. You still got a body, good legs and fine feet. Get your head in the right place and hey, you're complete. Now, as for the dancing, you can do more. You can reach great heights. In fact, you can soar. You just get a leg up and you slap it on down, and you'll find you're up in what's called a bound. Bound, bound and rebound. Bound and you're up right next to the sky. And I think you can do it if you gave it a try. First get a leg up, slap it on down. So every year, long about May, they'd load him up and they'd haul him away, and they'd shave him and dump him, all naked and bare. He learned to live with it. He didn't care. He just bound, bound, bound and rebound. Now in this world of ups and downs, so nice to know there are jackalopes around.